Welcome in Tuesday edition Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio here this morning. Hugh Freeze is back in the Southeastern Conference, coach at Auburn University. Their convoluted, weird search has come to an end as of Monday afternoon, so we'll hit on that a good bit today. We'll talk some Ole Miss stuff too as well, but it's a pretty light week. The portal opens up in a few days. Already some guys jumping in, or at least declaring their intentions to jump in as well. And then the basketball team 6-1, coming off the loss to Oklahoma in the finals of, I guess, the ESPN Invitational or whatever that thing was called over the weekend.
ESPN Events Invitational.
There you go. Okay, close enough. Against Oklahoma, they are back in action on Saturday against Memphis in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. So
6:30 p.m. ESPN 2.
And their next home game is against Valpo a couple days after that, I believe.
I think it's a week after
Is it a
that.
week after that? Oh, they're not playing. Well, that's smart, though. There's nobody here.
It's like a week after that, and then they have this run of games in December leading up to Christmas
Okay.
against, like, nobody's.
Is Middle still on the schedule? Do they still play Middle? It's okay.
These are questions I can't answer.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't prepared.
You weren't expecting scheduling?
I wasn't prepared to start the show with Ole Miss basketball.
Okay.
But, I mean, we can go there. I mean,
No, it's okay.
There are people that are interested.
It's all right.
I'll pull up the schedule.
It's okay. Podcast brought to you every single day by the Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West in Oxford. Lunch specials. You can get them every day. They come with any size fountain drink, bread, and more. Just take advantage of their whole hot case, including ribs that you can call ahead. They'll be wrapped up, ready to go. It gets dark early now, around 5 o'clock. You don't want to mess with dinner. If you're getting a little sleepy, just give them a shout. Wet or dry, they'll have them ready there for you at the Oxford Exxon and Blue Sky location here in Oxford. Also coming to you from the Clark Ford Studio. Yes, Ryan, absolutely. Freeze was the first choice. The search began and ended right where it was. No problems. John Cohen said so. We'll get into it, please.
Yes, we're coming to you from the Clark Ford Studios. Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number to call. Call it. Ask for our buddy Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's right to the bottom line. There's no hassle. There's no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop it around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900. Guest will join on the Rafters Music and Food Hotline. Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford. Great place to grab a burger, po' boy, appetizer. Also, don't forget, it's a great place to also host your Christmas and holiday parties. See if I can get that information to you. I've got the wrong file up. It's okay. Chase threw me off by asking about basketball, and everything's just a complete disaster at this point. No, it's totally my fault. I'm kidding. Let's see. Rafters is, like I said, great place for your Christmas party or gathering. They can accommodate parties of 10 to 500. They have great food with a Cajun flair, holiday drinks, and a festive atmosphere. So call Jeannie, 601-842-0948 to request a catering menu and reserve a date. Ole Miss basketball, since Chase asked. Memphis on Saturday, as we mentioned. Then Saturday, December the 10th at 2 p.m. versus Valparaiso. That's Nickelodeon Day. On December the 14th, which is a Wednesday, they play UCF. There will be a petting zoo. Be a great event for Carly Ann. See, she could go.
She loves her petting zoo now.
You could go to a petting zoo.
She does love her a petting zoo.
You could just say, hey, you know what? I'll hang around and cover some basketball.
She had a petting zoo birthday party last year.
I know. There you go. December the 17th, which is a Saturday. It's Ole Miss versus Temple in Oxford. It's free admission for Rebel Kids Club. December the 20th, which is a Tuesday, is the Christmas vacation day. It's North versus North Alabama, and then they'll shut it down for Christmas and then come back on December the 28th with SEC play.
Who's up first?
They jump right the hell into SEC play. I mean, listen to this first start now. I always like, are they any good? We're going to find out. I mean, Tennessee, December the 28th. Yep.
Oh, that's good.
At Alabama, January the 3rd.
Good.
Yeah, just a little. You better bring your athletes. At Mississippi State on Saturday the 7th. That game's a CBS national game. And then on January the 10th, at home against Auburn. And Auburn's pretty good. And then you have a couple of games. I don't know why we're doing this.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Georgia. And this is the deal, though.
What are you doing?
You're going to find out early. You got to beat Georgia. You must beat South Carolina. They got to go to Arkansas. Nick Smith Jr. made his Arkansas debut last night for the Hogs. Just it's a slate, man. It's a slate.
Where's Bryce Drew now? Is he still at Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Aren't they decent?
Yeah.
Antelopes?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Antelopes. Yep.
Okay. Their baseball team's pretty decent, too. They were that team that shouldn't have got in, but got in, that was in with Arkansas.
Big thanks to our guy, Jonathan Ingram. Always appreciate you, Jonathan. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. We're just kind of all over the place. So, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, again, Hugh Freeze headed to Auburn. I have so many different, almost not even a lot of emotions or feelings or anything, but just.
And they are a cult.
They didn't like that. That was.
Man, I wouldn't like
that.
it either.
That was a broad.
I wouldn't like.
They
it
were
either.
They were very animated about that in Brain Drain last night.
It's fine. I mean, okay.
Well, look, you're
okay.
I can make fun of John Cohen, but everybody does it. The whole we got our first choice thing, whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
of course.
I
That's a
care.
free space on the bingo card.
I mean, even when that quote was given to Jay last night, he just went and moved on because nothing you can do.
He was their second choice.
Yeah.
They got their second choice.
In some coaching searches,
Hey.
you love your second choice.
Hey, I've seen coaching searches go way past the second choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to defend Auburn here.
Yeah.
In most coaching searches, in fact, if you get choice 2, you did well. And Auburn did well. Auburn did exactly. Frankly, I feel like I got cheated out of what's it called, a consultant fee. What did I say 2 months ago? Hire Hugh Freeze and take his Twitter away. That's all you gotta do. Hire Hugh Freeze, and he can't access his Twitter.
And here's the funny part of that. And this is valid on both ways. Because, look, I think Hugh's going to do a good job at Auburn. I do. Everybody has their feelings on Hugh. He paid a hell of a penance. He lost $16 million when he left Oxford. $16 million.
And all of his
no buyout.
And all of his stuff got pretty publicized.
Got raked
right?
through the mud.
I mean,
from a human element, there's part of me that's happy for Hugh today.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
I mean,
I totally am. 100%. I think it's a great look. I covered Auburn. I'm familiar with Auburn. I've covered Hugh. I'm familiar with Hugh. They fit hand in glove. He'll do well there.
And he has, look, I mean, all the stuff about Ian McCraw and all that stuff's getting pulled up, but he has stayed off Twitter since. Like, he has not done anything dumb with Twitter. But here's my point.
Yeah.
And again, whatever. It's all good. But the optics of it are you're handing a $100 million business, essentially, to a guy who you don't trust to tweet.
Yeah.
Because that's what publicly you're...
Yeah.
Now, look, I get it. Because here's the truth. Like you said, you take his Twitter away, you run it, and just let him coach ball, and he'll do a good job coaching ball. No problem. He's going to go to all your pancake breakfast. No jokes aside. I mean,
sure.
It's where Jay last night was 100% right, is he fits. It fits. It's great. What you said, he said...
You're preaching to the
Yeah,
choir
I know.
right now.
Nobody can say it doesn't fit. It fits great. And when you take his social media away, whatever, all that stuff. But again, there is a segment that's going to look at it and go, hold on a minute. He's my rebuild guy, and you don't trust him with the 280 characters talking to the public. Which tells you you're worried about his impulse control.
Yes.
That's what that actually means.
It's not his tweets, it's his replies.
Yes.
It's his searching.
Because his actual tweets are boom and stuff and whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Great.
Right.
Time to get to work or whatever.
Right.
But again, you're worried about impulse control with the guy you're handing a $100 million business to? I mean, there is a part of me that goes, okay, I'm good, but I get it.
Who else they hiring?
What is that?
Who else you hiring? You hire Will Muschamp? I mean, Will's got impulse control.
Which is an amazing statement.
He didn't get it done at Florida. He didn't get it done at South Carolina. Is he going to get it done at Auburn? Lane Kiffin wasn't taking it. They spent, my opinion, 6 weeks thinking Lane would take it. Why? I don't know. Did they get that impression from someone? I don't know. I'm almost tired of talking about it. But they obviously believed. I mean, I'm crediting Cohen here. He clearly knew Freeze would take it.
Sure.
They went after Kiffin. They thought they had him. I think they found out. I think they got this strong sense late Wednesday that they weren't getting him. My opinion. I don't think they got a firm no until Friday. But I think they got the sense late Wednesday that this might not happen. And then Thursday, everything kind of went silent.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday, I think they got the no.
The worm had turned. Yeah.
And by Friday, it's my opinion, they had offered the job to Freeze. And I think he took it. In fact, I think he told his team he took it.
Which is why they no-showed.
And in my opinion, the president leaked it to Pete Thamel as a trial balloon. What's this going to look like? And it was bad.
It was really bad.
And they weren't ready for bad. And they circled the wagons and then came back on Sunday with, hey, look, we're going to have bad choices here soon. We're going to hire an NFL assistant with no college experience. There's going to be pressure to promote Carnell. And now you know, had Auburn somehow won the Iron Bowl, this thing was getting squirrely.
You think he's the coach today?
Yes.
Freeze or Carnell?
Williams.
You think Carnell was the coach had he beaten Alabama?
Yes.
You think he had a play-in game?
I do.
What if he'd beaten State?
Nah.
And been 3-0 before? It took a game.
It took that game. They gave him a moral victory over State. He basically was undefeated going into the Iron Bowl. They gave him that one. Beating Mississippi State at Auburn, whether it should or shouldn't be from a perception standpoint, is a given.
That.
That's just a game you win.
But so you got that. The two things are they took Twitter away, and they've admitted that they hired a PR firm to handle the transition.
Yeah. Which
you have to do. Again,
Smart.
It's not critical.
Smart.
It's just when you step back and go, hold on.
It was smart.
AL.com talks to Chelsea Andrews yesterday, the one with the DM.
Boy, when we know the people involved here, you're like, oh, okay, I know where this is going.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. You read the byline, huh?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. News cycles fast. What is his reaction? What is because look, this is the same fan base that booed Gene Chizik when he had a losing record at Iowa State and got the Auburn job.
Oh, he'll hit a home run today.
What is today going to be like with the fan base, and how
it.
long does this other stuff stay in our cycle?
He'll crush the thing today. 90% of the doubters will come over, and it'll go away. Now he can't get on Twitter because now they've announced, hey, he's not on Twitter. So his tweets have to be.
All of his tweets are going to be pro-Auburn. Basically the Auburn Athletics account retweeted.
The first day of the baseball season, good luck to the Tigers.
Yeah. After big wins, he will tweet at Bruce Pearl.
Yeah. That's it. So anything other than that.
But you don't trust him to just go, hey, for you, just don't do anything but that. Cool. You don't trust him to do that.
No. Hey, Chase, as of this moment, do you trust him not to get a burner and go search his name?
Well,
where people are looking to see, is that Hugh Freeze? Is that Hugh Freeze?
Just the problem with this and when you put it in the freaking contract. Because you've left yourself no out about something that's not football.
Does Hugh cry today?
I'm going to use the word grateful a lot today.
Does he cry? I'm betting
I'm leaning yes.
I'm leaning yes.
Leaning yes.
JG was after you today? Yesterday? Did he rip on you?
I don't know.
I didn't.
I got sent. I got sent the last 10 or so minutes of his show last night when Courtney came in and broke it up, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I will defend Jay on this. Courtney was not mad at him last night. She was getting him off air before he did anything dumb. I don't think she was actually frustrated with him, is my opinion. She's a good woman.
I love Courtney. I've known her for a quarter century.
Yeah, Courtney's great. No, I don't.
I just didn't watch. I watched.
If he was on me, I don't know that. The only thing that I heard that I probably might have been pointed at me, and I don't even know. I mean, Jay could say that had nothing to do with you, which is great. I have no clue. He made some mention about he was pounding bourbon instead of drinking Trulies, and I assume that had to do with me drinking my bubblies or whatever on air during the post-game show. But it's all right. That's not the end of the day.
Gotcha. That's not bad.
No, it's all good. We're fine. I mean, my cohort over here did call him a cult, so it's, we'll take one if we have to at this point.
You didn't exactly argue with my assessment. You didn't exactly defend them. You didn't say, "Oh, come on, that's unfair."
Well, I mean, look. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought that was probably directed. He even gave me more credit because those things are alcoholic. I was drinking just carbonated water. I mean, look, it's a crazy dynamic here. I got several more things on this, but you saw the PR campaign coming out.
Mm-hmm.
People he was close to. You saw some people from Liberty pushing him to Auburn that are his friends.
Yeah.
The pastor, the person, I forget his name. You saw Will Herring come out with his video.
Former Auburn player.
Mm-hmm. I assume very well respected. Talked about Cadillac because you have to kind of do that and then transition into Freeze. There was a PR campaign going on, which I understand. But even in all those things, you're getting the family and the creed and the man and Auburn man. You're getting all those buzzwords that we always talk about. That Freeze will fit in really, really, really well with. But I would assume also, will Auburn just go, hey, we're giving this second chance, he's a changed man, all this stuff, or does his background impact them on how they sort of bring him into the family, for quotes here? I mean, what is this going to be like?
If I were Hugh today, I would talk about how grateful he is to have this opportunity. An opportunity that, if it were me and I were him, I would meet it head on. That in July of 2017, he didn't know he'd ever get again.
No, nobody did. I mean,
that's what I would say. I'd profusely thank the people at Liberty for giving me an opportunity. And then I would talk about, I'd give those people precisely what they want.
And it's easy to know it. I mean, look, this is a script that anybody could write.
I would talk about my daughter went to Auburn and that she believes in the Auburn creed.
Lives in the community, all that stuff.
Lives in the community and it's family. And Auburn has felt like family to him for a long time. And now he looks forward to being a part of the family. And we're all in this together. We're going to rebuild.
Cadillac has a job if he wants it.
Oh, absolutely. Rave about Cornell.
Because he's already done that. That was his first statement.
I'd talk about how when he was the coach at Auburn at Ole Miss, and they made trips to Auburn, how much he always admired the traditions and the spirit and blah, blah, blah. I would feed them.
That Eagle's phenomenal.
And they'll love it. And the stuff will be over. You say, hey, I made mistakes. My family forgave me. And I try not to live in that past anymore.
Liberty gave me a great opportunity
exactly. And then you move on to, and we at Auburn don't need to live in the past anymore. We need to move forward.
We're recruiting.
Going to go recruit.
We're trying to win football games.
Going to bring in fine young men and build a culture of winning. And it shouldn't be hard because so many people before me have done it. Shug Jordan and Pat Dye, and on and on. My friend Gus, etc.
I'm reading here.
Thank you to Marine Rebel, by the way. He says, let's see, super chat. I got to scroll up. The one that got me was Jake Crane defending Freeze while going after Lane. He was talking about Lane and co-eds. Yeah, I mean,
there's some pseudo media Auburn fans that are being kind of ridiculous right now. I'm looking at a couple different things. Got those.
Is it more dang Eagle now?
Oh. Freeze let cuss word slip occasionally. You know, he dipped. That was the vice. He was trying to stop, though. Said that on Fine Bomb or Game Day or whatever that day. Neal's shaking his head for the people who are not watching on the live stream.
Ridiculous.
All right, more Freeze stuff coming in a second. I'll tell you about Prime Shrimp. PrimeShrimp.com. They got 6 different flavors now, but a 7th coming. Got a feeling it's going to be one of my favorites. New Orleans style barbecue shrimp coming to Prime Shrimp. You can get it soon, and you can get all their different offerings delivered straight to your door. They ship them. You throw them in the freezer, and in fewer than 10 minutes, freezer to plate to take care of dinner and give you a great meal with Prime Shrimp, the New Orleans-based company that is also offering the same kind of shrimp that's in the grocery store, except a higher quality. That's their 2-pound bags of individually frozen shrimp. And you use the code MPW to get $20 off your first order. So that's MPW with PrimeShrimp.com.
Walk On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering, made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine, po' boys, gumbo, voodoo shrimp, plus enjoy fan favorites like juicy burgers, fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs. 40-plus ice-cold beers on tap. Visit Walk-Ons today in Oxford or Ridgeland. Dead Soxy's BOGO ends today at midnight, so it's a chance to complete all your stocking stuffers in time for Christmas. There's an added bonus on these last 2 days. Today is the last day. The Ole Miss NIL socks are now included in the promo. Remember, there are a few simple rules. You must put both items in your cart before checkout. There's only one BOGO per transaction. So if you put 6 bundles in your cart, you're only going to get 1 bundle for free. But you can do multiple orders and get a free BOGO bundle on each one. Just use the code Rebel Grove at checkout. It's that simple. Use the code for an unlimited number of transactions. Head over to deadsoxy.com. Use promo code Rebel Grove. And as always, stay Soxy. The College Corner is your one-stop Rebel shop. 2 locations in the Jackson area in Ridgeland. It's next to Fleet Feet and Flowwood. It's next to Half Shell. You can also go to collegecornerstore.com, and you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They have the largest selection of Rebel gear in central Mississippi. We're also brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating, different names, same great products and services. If you live in Oxford, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, or the surrounding area, call Southern 662-429-4429. A-Stock Auctions is a Nashville-based online auction company with the mission to provide customers the power to name their price. All items at A-Stock start at just $1. That's right. Every item starts at $1. Just shop now at astock.bid, astock.bid, or download their app. Name your price on thousands of items from big-name retailers. A-Stock Auctions has multiple locations around Nashville that offer local pickups, so don't miss out. Want it, bid it, win it. And we're brought to you by Solutions RX. It's a probiotic multivitamin supplement company created by Ole Miss Pharmacy alum Chris Cornelison. It's pharmaceutical grade, manufactured right here inside the U.S. under the highest standards. It's based out of Iuka, Mississippi. If you take diabetes medicine, high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medications, you know that sometimes they cause side effects like muscle pain, brain fog, energy loss. Chris formulated a product called Prescription Support, puts those vitamins back into your body, helps you stay more compliant with taking your medications, helps you stay healthier over the long term. That's the goal, obviously. Stay healthy. SolutionsRx.com, promo code OEP at checkout, and you get 10% off your first order.
Podcast is brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area, and they offer MedSync. Fill your prescriptions the same day each month. Take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one call, and everything you need is done on the day you need it with G&M. They also will transfer your medications. You give them a shout, and they take care of the rest, whether that be with Tyson Drugs in Holly Springs or here with G&M in Oxford. So, again, that's 662-236-2222. No, you're right about he can hit a home run today. It's going to pass. All those things. Very true.
Yep.
It'll pass quickly. They'll get in the portal and get a dude, and everybody worried about the linebacker instead of whatever Freeze has going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's passed. But it's a really weird, interesting day from a media standpoint because you have and this isn't critical of any of these. In some ways, they're doing their job, sort of. A lot of the team sites being nothing but positive, which you knew that's not a shock at all. I mean, you've got Philip Marshall with his thing yesterday morning about everybody makes mistakes. You've got Brian Matthews, who wrote a very factual story about Freeze is the right fit for Auburn. There's no doubt about that. It's correct, but everything's very myopic on team sites today of, hey, this is the thing. He's great. He's great. He's great. AL.com. Again, 15 years ago, we would have said paper of record, but I don't know what that means anymore.
Yeah.
They don't even deliver anymore, or won't be soon, whenever that is. When is that?
Soon. I think may have already come.
Is it really?
Yeah, you can't get a paper anymore.
Here are some headlines on AL.com this morning. And this is about the second biggest entity in the state of Alabama from an interest standpoint behind Alabama football. So, we're not talking about whatever. And these are some of the stories that are up in the last 13 hours.
Okay.
Let's go to the top. J.D. Crow, who I'm assuming is a columnist. Auburn traded Cadillac for a creepy white van.
Oh.
Story on AL.com this morning.
It's a little harsh.
After leading a revival, Cadillac, go get the favor God has for you. Auburn overlooked and ignored a unique and historic and well-earned opportunity to elevate one of its own. Instead, Ricky A.D. John Cohen played it safe or not so much in hiring Hugh Freeze. Carnell Williams should not follow his loyalty and remain at the school he loves, which shunned him. His favor awaits elsewhere. Another story on the site. By the way, he's already agreed to his promotion and raise at Auburn to stay.
Feels harsh.
A big story on the relinquishing of the social media. Your buddy Mark Heim writes that there at the site. Chelsea Andrews, Auburn never asked about Hugh Freeze messages defending Liberty's Ian McCall.
I saw that.
I read that thorough, thoughtful, and well-vetted hiring search that resulted in Hugh Freeze. Auburn never contacted Liberty sexual assault survivor Chelsea Andrews about her interactions with Freeze. Auburn fans get nasty about Hugh Freeze hire on program's Facebook page. Auburn signals win at all cost with hiring of Hugh Freeze. All those are on the front page of AL.com this morning.
Goodness.
That's
harsh.
That's some reading right there, dude.
Oof.
Like, seriously.
No, I know.
On the day he's hired.
I know.
Okay. Because I agree with you. Auburn people are going to buy in, and they should. Whatever. It's fine. Again, hope he does well. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Is his honeymoon shorter because of all this?
There is no honeymoon.
The ignition, the fuse is less than it would be for a normal hire that's not all this stuff.
There is no honeymoon. There's no margin for error.
Had they hired Lane Kiffin, he would have more cushion, if you will.
AL.com would not written any of those things about Lane Kiffin.
No, but even with the whole fan base, do they turn on him faster?
Yes. Can't make a mistake. I hope for his sake that he understands what he's walking into. It's always been my thing about Hugh. There was a time when Hugh's name very briefly sort of got linked with LSU at one point. And I remember telling someone close to Hugh, I'm like, that would be an absolute disaster. He's too thin-skinned. He couldn't handle that. It's not a criticism. Look, I've said this. We have our differences. I like Hugh Freeze. If we sat down right now, we would have a very congenial conversation. We would talk about our families and stuff like that, and it would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have no ill will towards Hugh whatsoever. I hope he does well at Auburn. I hope that there are people around him who understand what he's getting into and that he's got to be focused on the job. He's got to block out the outside. He's got to be insulated by people around him, or this will consume him. Because this isn't like Liberty. This isn't like Ole Miss. There's a lot of media there, obviously, and you see that you run the gamut. There's media that's emotional, and there's media that will be out to get him. Like he thought people were out to get him here. No. They're out to get you there, bud. Look at those headlines. So it's a tough gig. Oh, by the way, you're being compared to Kirby Smart and Nick Saban every day. Every day.
Well, that's the thing. Auburn is not in the stratosphere of Alabama and Georgia today. And it's not, hey, you play them. It's, hey, you're expected to beat them.
Oh, yeah.
There is a difference.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Lane Kiffin's not going to get fired at Ole Miss if he doesn't beat Alabama.
No.
Hugh Freeze will get fired at Auburn if he doesn't beat Alabama.
Well, I mean, to your point, if Lane Kiffin averages 9 wins a year,
but one of them's always Alabama,
but goes 0-5 in his first 5 years against Alabama, he's fine at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be 1% that will be upset about it.
He will be madder than Ole Miss will be.
Oh, yeah,
he'll be furious.
For sure. But if Hugh Freeze averages 9 wins a year at Auburn and loses to Alabama 5 straight years, I don't think he survives it. So, I mean, one of the things that they are kind of consoling themselves with is, well, he's beaten Saban. Because Hugh's beaten Saban twice. And they're like, Kiffin hadn't beaten Saban, which is a factual statement.
A hell of a reason to hire a guy.
I mean, it's big. It matters. It matters there a lot. And so, but look, in fairness, you couldn't come to Ole Miss and average 9 wins a year and lose to Mississippi State 5 years in a row and keep your gig. I mean, you couldn't.
And it's not to the level they are with Georgia. I mean, at Ole Miss, he needs to beat LSU occasionally. That's it. You beat State, and you need to occasionally beat LSU. You don't need to just get hammered by LSU every season.
Right.
Tweeted at him yesterday. They're at least public, whatever they are. How's Hugh going to compare to Gus? The comparisons are going to be there all over the place. If you had to go over or under Gus's level of success, what would you say? Because Gus was not overly consistent. He had the big year with Nick at quarterback.
Yeah, he had the year.
He saved his job when he won the SEC or whatever there late.
About the same.
Which is fine.
Yeah, about the same.
It's good, but it's not elevating into some.
Look, when the league is what the league is right now, there's just a ceiling on programs. The league's this. Tyler and I talked about this yesterday. There's just this homogenous glob of programs, and now everybody's got money, or teams that didn't used to have money have money. Beamer's got it going at South Carolina, for example. Kiffin's kind of got it going at Ole Miss. You've got stuff. Those are programs that for Auburn to be excellent, they need Alabama to be kind of weak. They need Georgia to be off its game. And they need to be able to look at games like Mississippi State and Ole Miss and go, dub. And they can't do that right now.
You want a weird stat?
Sure.
Because I didn't know this. Looking at Gus's actual resume at Auburn, now look, he had 2 really good seasons, or 1 and then a weird season. He coached 8 years at Auburn. He lost more than 2 conference games in 6 of those 8 years.
Yeah.
He went 5-3 or worse in the SEC in 6 of his 8 years.
Chase, it's why everybody got so mad at me when I said I don't think it's an elite job. It's a good job. It's not an elite job. It's not. People go, Auburn's a top 10 job, and I say no, it's not, because it's not.
He took that 12 and that 2013 job because year ones are funny. Teams get behind coaches, and year ones at a lot of places can be crazy.
Sure.
In a lot of good, bad ways, whatever.
Sure.
Freeze did it at Ole Miss in 12. Team that had no business going 6-6.
I've said many, many times it was one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen.
Auburn in 12 lost to Ole Miss and was a train wreck in Chiswick's last year, and Gus took them to the national championship game, went 12-2, and went 7-1 in the SEC in year 1.
Yes.
But from that point, doing some quick math here, 38, 30, 31. He was 31-26 after that in the SEC. And that includes another 7-1 season.
Yeah. I know. And since then, they've done what?
I mean, nothing.
Harsin.
Yeah. Barely 500 if. I don't think they went under 500.
I mean, they went to the Birmingham Bowl and no bowl. Or if they go to a bowl, it's an APR Gasparillo Bowl. That's who they've been for a while now. What's Alabama been doing during that time? What's Georgia been doing during that time?
Winning more than that.
I'll rest my case. And now you jump into a league where Brian Kelly's about to get it going at LSU. People can say what you want. Jimbo's either going to get it going or they're going to find somebody who will give it another shot. Kiffin's at Ole Miss appears to be, he's assuming he signs it, a 6-year, $50-some-odd million deal. It's pretty committed.
Blue blood money, as Stuart Mandel said.
Pretty committed. South Carolina's got it going. Josh Heupel's got it going at Tennessee. Tennessee's good. They went 10-2. You can't. A year ago, Ole Miss can't go 10-2 is awesome, and then Tennessee 10-2 sucks. No, 10-2's good. 10-2's awesome. The league's tough. Where does Billy Napier's making moves in the NIL world at Florida? Just watch them in this transfer portal.
Well, they're really committed. They're doing. They.
So where does Auburn find 10 wins? Where does Auburn find?
Because if you're losing to Georgia and Alabama, you're done. That's it. You got to win the rest of them.
So where are you finding 10 wins? So at Auburn, if you're 8-4, is that enough? Or do you start bringing up the Freeze? Do you start calling him names? Do you start going back? That's the question. Where do you find all these wins?
Yeah, 8-4, where you lose to Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, and A&M.
Yeah. Well, look. Auburn.
I didn't say LSU.
Auburn, Ole Miss, Auburn, Mississippi State has kind of become a home and home game, right? Didn't even mention some of the lower programs. Like, what happens if Arkansas dives into NIL? And it's right there to do it if they decide to. There's a absolute ton of money up there. What happens if? I said this on Siski's show yesterday with him. Look at Missouri. They went 6-6. Chase, do you know how close they went to 9-3?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how close Missouri was to 9 wins?
With the win over Georgia.
I know. Hey, our handsome friend in Nashville won 2 SEC games. What happens if they become not a freebie? Where do you find 10 wins at Auburn? And that's the expectation. That's the question.
Auburn's 2023 football schedule. Oh, 2023. UMass at home to open the year.
1-0.
Cal in Berkeley.
2-0.
Yeah, Cal sucks.
Yeah.
Samford.
3-0.
College Station.
3-1.
Big game. Georgia at home.
3-2.
Not going to give them a maybe.
No.
Baton Rouge.
3-3.
Ole Miss at home.
Toss.
State at home. Give them 1-1.
Give one of them. 4-4. 4-4.
Vanderbilt.
Where? No, I'm totally serious. Where?
Nashville. You're serious.
I'm totally serious.
You're not giving them that?
Auburn's not an elite talented team. They just beat Florida.
Yeah,
they did. They beat Florida.
Yeah, I know.
Who was the other team they beat? Kentucky.
Yeah.
They went to Kentucky and won. They beat Florida. Why are we giving them that game? Okay. Tennessee beat the shit out of them, but Tennessee's really talented.
They are.
A lot more talented than Auburn. If Tennessee played Auburn right now, Tennessee would win by what, 5-6 touchdowns?
Yeah.
So no, I'm not giving them that. It's likely a win, but I'm not going, oh, yeah, that's a W.
So we're tossing?
Sure.
Okay. 4-4 with the toss?
Sure.
Fayetteville.
A toss.
It's not a win.
It's a toss.
Hell no, it's not a win. New Mexico State.
Win.
He can get his revenge. Alabama.
Loss.
You can't find 8-4 on that damn schedule.
No, I can find 4-8. I can get you 4-8.
That would be going 0-4 in the. 0-8 in the league.
I can get you 6-6 easy.
Yeah, it's
easy.
Birmingham in year 1.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's my point about.
Look, they got a pretty easy schedule in a way.
In their mind, they're an elite program. In reality, they're in the same lump with Ole Miss and South Carolina and Kentucky and Missouri and that's just where they are. Florida. The league is just this glob after Georgia and Alabama.
That stretch at A&M, Georgia, at LSU, Ole Miss, State, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, gimme Alabama to close. God dang.
I know. Hey, and let them lose to both of the Mississippi.
And that's a bad schedule because you get the little wins early out of the way, and then it potentially it can landmine on you right there.
Of course.
Ooh.
Of course. I mean, we're all having a really good time with Texas A&M sucking.
Yeah.
Did you watch Saturday?
Yeah, they put it together for a day.
That's their potential if they put it together. And they looked really good Saturday against a good LSU team.
They did.
They dominated that game. You don't think he's got money to get in the portal, Jimbo? Chase. Got lots of money to get in the portal, to get more 5-stars. They're still recruiting at a super high level.
Yeah, sure.
At some point, and again, I realize this is broken record, but at some point the talent wins out. If not with him, with someone else.
Because you think he doesn't get another do-over?
I think this is it.
Do this again next year, and you're gone.
I think he goes in on the hot seat.
What's required?
For A&M?
Yeah.
You got to win 8 or 9.
8-4 is still pretty blah.
Yeah, they're not going to fire him at that.
Yeah.
9 and he's safe.
Okay.
And they'll have enough talent to win 9 games. And I'm not saying they will win 9 games, but they'll have the talent to win 9 games.
Yeah, sure.
The difference is as of this moment, Auburn doesn't have the talent to win 9 games.
They don't. Podcast brought to you in part by Johnston Hill Creamery. They introduced their holiday menu that is available for pickup starting this week. You just need 24 hours notice to do this. The menu is available until Christmas or until they sell out. Everything from their holiday artisanal cheese box comes with 3 different holiday cheeses and mixed nuts, cheese knife, and more. They have a holiday charcuterie box, more up my alley as well. They have cookies for Santa. They take care of that. They do a 1 dozen mix of 3 different flavors: the shortbread, the brown butter miso chocolate chip, and the gingerbread. And they have a kids box for those children in your house: gingerbread cookies, hot chocolate mix, house marshmallow select, vintage candy, and much more. So that's Johnston Hill Creamery. Remember, they make all their cheeses locally and in-house every single day. That's 662-419-9201 or johnstonhillcreamery.com.
You a gingerbread guy?
No.
Are you not?
Nope. Mm-mm.
It's an absolute weakness for me.
Gingerbread?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. If I walk into it and start to smell, I'm like,
just the smell will grab you.
I got to get out of there.
Oh no, it doesn't. I could never touch it. Don't care.
When I was a kid, I mean, one of my fondest kid memories was my mom would take us to this bakery in Monroe called Dodd's Bakery. Okay. Maybe it was Dobbs. I don't know. Dodd's, I think. And they had these gingerbread men, and I don't like raisins. And normally you see gingerbread men and they use the raisins for the face and the eyes and the stuff.
Yeah, sure.
They use chocolate chips.
Oh, now we're cooking.
Oh, man, it was awesome. I loved the gingerbread men and they'd put like the little chocolate chips like on the like wrist and stuff. They were everywhere. It was fantastic.
All in.
Oh,
get rid of the raisins. Add the chocolate.
That was a treat. I mean, you looked forward to that. Got the little cookies with the chocolate, like Hershey's Kiss in the middle. You know what I'm talking about?
What are they called? Teardrop, kiss drop.
Whatever.
Something drop. I
just knew they were good. Yeah, no, those were anyway.
Bond's Bakery.
Bond's Bakery. Yeah. She says, "Hey, Mom."
Yeah, she would know.
She would absolutely know. Bonds. I don't know why I thought it was Dobbs. That was close.
It's close enough.
But I remember that. It's one of my favorite memories of being a kid. Because my grandparents lived in Monroe. And so we would go to Monroe all the time.
Yeah.
And we would go there.
You can probably find you somewhere.
I've never seen another place that does
it that way.
Chips. Everyone does the raisins, which makes it easy. Frankly, it's a good thing for me.
You don't want everybody to start sending them to your house?
No.
Like everybody mail them. We'll put the address up. No, okay. If we can find the gingerbread men with the chocolate chips all over them.
They'd have to be gingerbread people now, not gingerbread men, right? That's too much. That's too strong.
That's fine. Sure.
But everyone else puts raisins. And I don't like raisins.
I mean, logic says if you can add raisins or chocolate chips to something, what does 99% of the population want? Chocolate chips.
I would think. But I'm guessing raisins are cheaper.
Sure. Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Anyway.
Yes.
We're also brought to you by Holcomb Portable Buildings, 7991 Highway 7 South in Holcomb. They'll custom build your building to your specifications, however you want your carport, your ATV, your storage shed, your barn, hunting cabin, or other buildings. Holcomb Portable Buildings can accommodate you. You pick the color, the style, the windows, the doors. Holcomb makes it happen. In-house financing is available, free delivery and setup within 75 miles of Holcomb as well. 662-226-2233, or go to holcombbuildings.com. You can also find them on Facebook or Instagram at Holcomb Portable Buildings. Yeah, Savage's Bakery in Birmingham. I think that's the one in Homewood. That's fantastic.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Game Changer Patches. It's not like, what'd she say? What was the name of it? Bonds. It's not like Bonds, though. Bonds was the best. I don't think they're around anymore. Game Changer Patches, the only 2-patch system available in the market to stop hangovers before they start. The warm-up patch used before or while you drink. The overtime patch used after you've been drinking to recover while you sleep. All natural ingredients going to keep you in the game, ready for the next play. It's Christmas party season. You're probably going to imbibe a little bit. Get GameChangerPatch.com. Give it a shot. Go to the site. Promo code RebelGrove20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. I promise they work. They're great. ACS is owned by my buddy Clay McNutt. He's the Beast of Baldwin. It's established in 2013. It's a complete electrical control system solution provider, a Rockwell Automation Recognized System Integrator. ACS can service and install Rockwell Automation, Allen Bradley, Siemens, ABB, Square D, many other manufacturers. For more information or to get in touch with ACS, go to acsllcms.com or call 662-601-4381. And it's holiday season. It's shopping season. I did a lot of my shopping yesterday. But if you are in the market for jewelry for someone in your life, go check out Lamon's Fine Jewelry in Oxford. It's 1126 North Lamar Boulevard. They've been serving the Oxford area for 3/4 of a century. Fine jewelry, watches, pearls, fashion jewelry, children's jewelry, collectibles, all sorts of gift ideas. It's the gold standard in fine jewelry. Visit them at lamonsfinejewelry.com or call them at 662-234-2777.
Podcast also brought to you by Style Assembly. Look at it just off the square beside Blind Pig and Frock, a women's boutique that is ready for the colder temperatures. They want to help you ladies, the ladies in your life, with their fall needs, no matter the budget, size, or occasion. They're here to help you assemble your style. So if you're in town, whenever you are, still have a couple days left to enter the $250 gift card giveaway at Style Assembly. All you have to do is, if you're in locally, go in the store. You ask for Kate, the owner, or one of the sales associates. Say you came to check out Style Assembly and what they have to offer. There's no purchase necessary. However, it's a great time to go ahead and get maybe Christmas shopping out of the way, see what all they offer. Men, head in. You can also create the wish list if you would, so people can just go in, grab right off your list, and get what it is you want there with Style Assembly. So take advantage of that. ShopStyleAssembly.com. You can also find them on all the social channels at that name. So again, a couple days left, $250 gift card available with ShopStyleAssembly.com. A couple of things. Thanks to, by the way, all of our new members. Had a good week at Rebel Grove, so appreciate any of you guys who are coming upon the podcast that are new as well. Hope many of you took advantage of the promo that Rivals was offering. We have plenty of conversation. We got one of our members who have solved the D.B. Cooper mystery. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. Okay,
that is a show we need to do.
Yeah. I told him last night. I think it's a very easy two-parter. It was fascinating. If you're a subscriber to our site, in all seriousness, either if you don't know the D.B. Cooper situation, look it up and then come to our site. It is incredibly impressive. I'm not even being hyperbolic. He literally solved what is one of the United States' biggest mysteries of the century.
So my plan, so that we can talk about this,
yes.
My plan is when on my flight on the road to Boise, literally on the flight to Boise, I'm going to read about D.B. Cooper.
Okay.
So that I can be educated.
Yeah, because look, he's going to leave us in about 10 minutes if we're not pretty damn prepared. I mean,
yeah.
His level of knowledge on that topic is as good as maybe anyone's level on any topic. I mean, seriously, if you have interest in history, read the thread and then the replies. It is fascinating.
I need to tell him if there's ask him
one piece of literature,
one book to read. I can't read 7. If there's one book to read so that I can be prepared for the interview, what's that one book?
I saw you, Mark. Thank you. Appreciate that. Absolutely.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Threads, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we again, thanks to all of you. I don't know whether we were still number 1 in the network in gains, but we were.
Without a search.
I know.
What, Neal?
No.
Ginger said there's some documentaries on Netflix on him.
It hurt to delete some of that stuff, by the way.
Did it?
It did.
Yeah. Did you save it?
Nah.
Did you not?
Nah, it won't be. It won't be.
It won't be relevant at that
Even
point.
if he were to come, if this were to happen again next year, it wouldn't be relevant.
Well, he hadn't signed a contract yet.
What are you trying to say?
I'm messing with you.
He's not going anywhere. I mean, and the whole NFL thing, there's just.
That's not right now.
It's not right now because Matt Rule failed in Carolina. Cliff Kingsbury's failing in Arizona. They're not going to do the college coach thing. They're going to look at who's winning, who's succeeding. It's Brian Daboll in New York. They're going to go that route again. The NFL's it's a copycat league, as it should be.
Is Deion going to take the Colorado job?
I don't know.
He's been offered. That's a weak job. That's a bad job. If you're taking that job, you know you can't get even a decent job.
What are they offering him?
I don't know, but okay. That's not the point. He needs the opportunity more than the money.
Tyler said he should take the USF job, South Florida.
And try to catapult.
And go recruit. But I don't know, I don't know how that works.
I mean, Colorado is one of the worst Power 5 programs in the country. And I mean jobs-wise, not just the team. He intimated that that's not been the only job that has reached out to him at this point.
Yeah.
Yesterday during his SWAC call. I guess they play in the conference championship this weekend.
He's pretty transparent about it.
Yeah, he's not.
Why not?
Yeah, it's not like I'm like Jackson State's going to match Colorado's resources. I mean,
what'd you think of Willie Fritz being not particularly transparent?
What'd he do? I didn't see this.
I'm the coach at Tulane. I'm focused on coaching Tulane. We have a game Saturday. All of my focus is on Tulane.
I'm
honored to be the coach at Tulane.
Whatever. You're lying, but okay. Look, it's where Lane. Look, he handled it very, very poorly all week. But it's where people have a point. Is that you lie in that direction? They know you're lying. Tell the truth, and okay. But I mean, you're probably affecting your team if you tell the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you say, "Oh no, I'm really considering Georgia Tech," and suddenly Tulane gets hammered by UCF on Saturday.
Because Gus ain't going anywhere.
No. I mean, no. When you're a Group of 5 team, and it's a 100% play-in game to an Access Bowl. Yeah,
at a place like Tulane, that opportunity is not.
It is their best conference record since they were in the SEC.
Yeah.
In like 1952.
Their game against Cincinnati the other day was a really good football game.
It was a really good football game. Fritz has done an awesome job there. To the point that if you're Tulane, I don't know where you're going when he's made your program better. You're okay, but the school cares as much as they can. It's gotten better.
They were really impressed with Will Hall when he was there. Did they bring him back? Will did a great job at Southern Miss.
I was thinking that. I was wondering.
Kind of wonder.
Would run the same system, same kind of stuff.
Knows the building.
And if you're Will, do you do that?
What's a better job than Southern Miss?
That's not the question. But you go ahead and take that minor leap and reset.
What's the money?
I don't know. What's Fritz making at Tulane?
He was making like 1.7, 1.8.
Oh, really?
I think so.
And Will's around 1?
Probably a little under 1, based on what like John and Kane are making.
Willie Fritz, 2.5.
Oh. Yeah, you take it. Because the sitting around waiting for an SEC gig is a mistake. What if it doesn't happen? The competition for SEC gigs is crazy. And if you go win at Tulane, you can get an SEC gig.
They think Fritz is going to make 4 and change at Tech. It's the rumor.
I mean, I get it.
About a $2 million raise. It says Crescent City Sports, which I'll take their word for it.
It's pretty significant. Feels like it's big.
It feels significant, yes.
I mean, if you offered me a $2 million raise,
He's 62.
I'm gone.
Go make your money.
Oh, sure. I have no problem.
Even if Clemson beats your head in, who cares?
But if you're Tulane, that's... I mean, my short list at Tulane would be Guys like Will Hall, Kane. I don't know if there's a natural in the building that's right there. I don't know their staff. Will makes $800. So, yeah, Tulane offered him $2. He's gone.
Oh, really?
Don't you think? He's going to stay at Southern Miss and turn down a $1.2 million raise to go to
At a
Tulane?
place you've been and know. And
in a much better league? I mean, the Sun Belt's hard. That is a hard league. And you're Southern Miss, you don't have the resources.
No,
everybody
you
else
have a
has.
chance to get popped around in that league.
I mean, that league's tough. Coastal Carolina, South Alabama, Old Dominion, Troy.
I did not know all this history. I was the Crescent City sports guy says Tulane is no stranger to losing their coaches after big seasons and has like a huge list that includes Tommy Bowden going to Clemson right after that game and Mac Brown. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
Mac Brown led Tulane to an Independence Bowl invite before he left for North Carolina in 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So. What?
Hell of a volleyball facility at Southern.
That was clever. Yeah, Tulane's caring about football. You would hope that it kind of
built a new stadium.
You would hope it permeates through the rest of their athletic department. Frankly, they've let their baseball program slip because of lack of admin support.
Also, that chant's too long.
Well, it's that, and when you say it after every time you score a run,
that's just
in
ridiculous.
blowouts, it gets a little repetitive. Is what we'll call it.
Just wears people out. It's exhausting.
When you're longer than Hotty Toddy and Bada probably time to.
Well, look, if you did Hotty Toddy after every run, it would get old.
You think so?
Yeah, really old.
Sometimes that's every hit. I mean, they'll wear it out.
Like if you have one of those 14 run games and you're doing 14 Hotty Toddies, that'd be ridiculous. That's overkill. And so if you doubled Hotty Toddy and did it after every run.
Well, I told you the hullabaloo, the first time I remember it was, and I had been to Tulane games before when they played Ole Miss and different things, but the 05 regional when Ole Miss went 04 regional when Ole Miss went 0-2, losing to Western Kentucky and Washington. Tulane won that regional, and I just kind of hung around and was sitting watching the games. And yeah, the Tulane section was quite what?
Oh, no, I was asked for a North Mississippi weather update. I was
yeah, this afternoon, guys, not good. They are saying
it's better here than it was last night.
Okay.
So in Oxford, likely risk of severe weather today. Wind, tornadoes, and hail are possible. Look out for large hail and powerful tornadoes. The wind threat now is down to a 2. Yesterday it was like a 7. The tornado threat's a 3. Yesterday it was a 7. The hail threat's a 3. Yesterday it was like a 6. I think the worst of it is going south of us.
So here's not as bad as it was.
But like if you live in the Jackson area, it looks pretty rough. I'll pull Jackson up just out of curiosity.
Okay.
Like this is where you don't want to see that Reed Timmer and you want those. Yeah, you don't want to be pouring out the.
Well, I mean, when I walked in this morning, the Weather Channel had a Mississippi map up, and I went, "Oh, that's
not good."
Yeah.
This is when you say, "Hey, listen, we're normally hospitable, but get the hell out." Jim Cantori shows up for work. You're like, "Hey, Jim, come back when you're off." And everything's on us.
Yeah.
Jackson's kind of the same. Wind threat is 2. The tornado threat's a 4. The hail threat's a 3.
Okay.
Supposedly the storm's moving so fast that
it doesn't sit over something and really accumulate.
Yeah.
I know nothing about meteorology, so.
I'm pulling up a weather radar.
Okay.
Anyway.
While you're doing that, I'll tell you about Northeast Spark, NESPARC, 2 packages, the Ignite, the 100 Mbps, or the Blaze, the 1 gig that powers the Clark Ford Studio. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. That's NESpark.com, 662-238-3159, phone service, parental controls, network security, and much more to get the best internet in Lafayette County. Also parts of Union and Pontotoc counties. If you did not previously have internet, you can check them out. Again, 662-238-3159.
We'll have a Mind on My Money later this week. That's brought to you by Pinnacle. You don't have to wait till that podcast. You can also just get in touch with Pinnacle. They'll give you a complimentary, no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. It's mypinnwealth.com, MYPINN wealth.com. I mentioned the road to Boise. It got organized by our buddy John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. What we did was we just gave him a budget. We gave him some parameters, and he took care of the rest. And you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. Oxford's new Greek restaurant on the square is the perfect place to plan your Christmas party. Featuring fabulous food and craft libations, let OPA host your company dinner or festive party event. They can accommodate up to 200 guests. So for catering or booking information, contact Jeannie 601-421-7147. I'll have a mailbag up tomorrow. It's brought to you by Whitney McNutt of Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors, serving you for all of your real estate needs in Oxford and Tupelo. Whitney sells condos, land, commercial, and residential family homes. You can reach her at 662-567-2573 or 662-842-3844. We'll have picks up on Thursday. We'll pick all the championship games, so you can just fade me and make your money. It's presented by Service Specialist Staffing and Recruiting Agency. They've been connecting great job opportunities to candidates since 1967. We talked about if you're on the job hunt, but what if your company is looking to hire quality, hard-to-find talent? Service Specialists can help you as well. Keep in mind that payment of service is solely contingent on if you decide to hire a candidate that they send. You've got nothing to lose, so give Will, Sydney, or Kelsey a call at 662-832-5138 or check out their new and improved website, servicespecialistltd.com. Don't just accept what you see, but imagine something new. Step forward, chase after a better version of yourself. Every day, Corinth Dental is helping people reinvent themselves one smile at a time. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative state-of-the-art procedures, including Invisalign. These clear aligners are the virtually invisible way to improve your smile, so call Corinth Dental today for a no-cost digital scan of your teeth. Let them show you the way to a straighter, healthier smile. 12 months, no interest, no down payment financing available at corinthdental.com.
Just interesting stat here I'm seeing on the Twitter machine. So Max Siegel is the CEO of the United States Track and Field, and the track and field community, I guess, is up in arms because his salary, $3.8 million this year, is more than 11% of USA Track and Field's revenue for the year, which seems like a really high number.
It does.
By comparison, here's what's funny. Tim Cook at Apple's package is less than 0.03% of Apple's value. And if this same situation as Siegel was given to Roger Goodell, his 2022 compensation would be $1.9 billion. Maybe he needs Jimmy Sexton as an agent. Go, hey, Max over there.
Yeah. The NFL just prints money.
Yeah.
Just prints it.
Yeah. And look, Goodell's a good little soldier, takes all the bullets for the owners.
He's a perfect commissioner.
Does his job.
Yeah.
His job is to take the bullets.
Yeah, and he does it.
It's on me.
He
puts the vest on, and here we go.
Week after week.
And counts his money.
What's he make?
40-something million a year, I think.
Yeah,
like that.
Pretty good gig.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, I think he's getting close to walking away, right?
I told you in that last owners meeting, he said he wanted to do it, whatever this next extension was, and that was it. He told Jones and them when they were fighting about whatever it was they were fighting about. They had that vote where they had the one guy and they jumped on each other.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. Sorry, never mind. It's going up. $63.9 million.
Man, it's a good gig.
He is by far and away the highest paid commissioner of any of the four major North American sports.
Yeah.
Adam Silver made $10 million last year, and Rob Manfred made $17.5 million.
That's all?
Well, it actually surprises me a little bit that Manfred is almost double Silver. That's interesting.
It is. Because you think about the NBA as a healthier league than Major League Baseball, and I don't know why. I guess just TV ratings and such. But baseball, as you've said so many times, is a regional game.
Yeah, it's not a national product at this point. I mean,
I'm with Ginger. I'd take all the bullets for a lot less. So, hey, NFL, you want to save? You want to save? I'll give you a 67% pay cut and do it for $21 million. I'll be your commissioner for $21 million. Just give me a call.
Gary Bettman has been the NHL commissioner since 1993.
I know. Forever.
He's not run into an issue to get fired since 93?
That's sports.
But think about that.
But that sport's hardly on the radar anymore.
I mean, I know, but it's regional too.
Very.
It's niche and regional.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's doing really well in places. Yeah, his gig's good too. Salary's going up there a pretty good bit.
Well, Fayette County Schools getting out at 1 today because of weather. There was an Oxford put out a thing yesterday that they would let.
They were monitoring.
And I have to think they'll do it.
Bettman is making $9.6 million this year.
Not a bad gig.
He's been making 9.6 since 2013, 2014.
I hadn't gotten a raise in a decade.
That says something.
Yeah.
It says you're not getting rights deals that are
and with inflation and all
that are increasing. What level of interest you got in the Iran match today?
I will be locked in.
Were you really?
Mm-hmm.
U.S. has to win to advance.
It's an absolutely critical game for U.S.
For the
soccer.
program.
For U.S. soccer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's optimism that they're actually legitimately worldwide good in 26, right? When it's here.
Yes.
They don't have to qualify in 26, host country, they're in.
It's going to be a huge event when it comes here in 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't think people completely understand how big that's going to be.
When did we host it last?
This is a long time ago. And it was
when you had the controversy with the Colombian guy, right? That was in America.
Yeah.
Because that was at the Rose Bowl, right?
Was that 96 or 2000?
I don't know.
And it's a much more popular sport. It's a much more mainstream sport now than it was then. I mean, there weren't kids.
94.
There weren't kids like my son in 1994 who's watching, figuring out ways to watch on his devices at school. I'm sure his grades are suffering.
Yeah, well.
It'd be okay. There just weren't. There wasn't interest in 1994, real interest in, hey, did you see that Portugal game against?
Yeah.
That didn't exist.
Yeah, Spain and Germany wasn't getting our druthers up.
There weren't, like, his Christmas list, he wanted a Nigeria jersey. He wanted a France jersey. Little boys, not little boys, high school boys in 1994 weren't putting that on their Christmas list. The sport has grown immensely in our country, and in 2026 it will be huge. But it would be even bigger if
they can get into
if the U.S. got to knockout play.
Yeah,
maybe won a match in knockout play.
Yeah.
Played in a World Cup quarterfinal.
Where
everyone's watching at that point.
Yeah, the world.
Yeah,
literally.
Look, they got really good ratings on Friday, the match against England. And I know it was 0-0, and people are like, oh, it's boring. It wasn't boring.
I flipped it on.
It wasn't boring. And people go, well, it didn't get the same ratings as college football. Well, duh.
Yeah, that's not the argument.
College football is the only sport out there that can contend in any way.
That the NFL even kind of looks at it and goes, hey, what are they doing? Okay.
A little bit,
cool.
Yeah.
Just,
I guess if the NFL's playing college football, they got to actually watch the film.
Yeah, sure.
If you say, hey, NFL, NBA is going to play some games on Christmas too, they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course, college football is going to do better than the World Cup in America.
I know there's probably more. The ones off the top of my head, Luke Altmaier, Brandon Mack, Damon Clowney have jumped into or at least announced intentions to jump into the portal at this point.
Yeah.
There will be more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Everywhere. The portal is just going to be a zoo.
Saw that Cade McNamara at Michigan's into the portal. He'll be a name that really gets thrown around.
A lot of Iowa places. A lot of Iowa buzz already with him.
Well, if you can play for Brian Ferentz, you do.
Surely.
If you get the chance to have Brian call your plays, can you say no?
Surely they make a change. Surely.
Well, did they win the? No, they didn't.
No.
Who did?
Purdue.
I read that column to you like a month and a half ago where Greg Dole said Purdue was going to win the Big Ten, whatever it was. By God, he did it. He was a homer of all imagined, but still, they got it done.
Iowa.
They get Michigan on Saturday.
All Iowa had to do to win the Big Ten West was beat Nebraska, and they got the brakes beat off of them.
They did. They didn't deserve to win it this year.
And
It was a little bit.
How unfair is it
karma.
to me, by the way? And I don't think it's going to be Mississippi State. But how unfair to me is it that I go to the Las Vegas Bowl and it's Mississippi State there?
That's not what
I
you.
mean, send somebody else. Send Mizzou. I'll hang out with my boy Gabe for a minute.
I can get you some numbers. We can hang out with people on the state beat. You don't want to do that?
No. But
Several.
see, I like Oregon State. So if I go cheer for Oregon State against Mississippi State, everybody's going to go, you're being an Ole Miss homer. But if I cheer for Oregon State against Missouri, no one cares because I like Oregon State. I like the way they play. I like their uniforms. I like the whole deal.
Do you have to cheer for someone?
No, but I might.
Anybody but State. Seriously, anybody.
Yeah.
Send Florida. Whatever.
Like send Kentucky.
You think Florida's going to Birmingham, though?
I do. And I get asked, and I know if I'm getting asked, you're getting asked. I don't know where Ole Miss is going.
It feels like Nashville.
If you made me bet, I'd bet on the Music City Bowl. But I would.
It will take Ole Miss getting a higher priority than we think to grab one of those two Florida options and really drop LSU or South Carolina. I mean, I know they have the same record, but South Carolina's coming off those 2 wins. Now LSU's going to lose again next week.
Yeah, LSU's going to lose again next week,
but I would assume their fans are still pretty happy with the year to where they go.
I would think so. But look, if I'm the Citrus Bowl, do I want LSU off 2 losses or do I want South Carolina off 2 wins?
See, I want South Carolina.
I want South Carolina.
I haven't had them in a while.
And that's where maybe the ReliaQuest takes LSU.
And the Gator has to choose between the Mississippi schools.
But even then, if the Gator...
Now the Gator Bowl might go, hey, I'm more worried about TV ratings. I want Lane Kiffin.
I want Lane, right.
Now give me Lane. Ole Miss is a bigger national brand. I'll take that. And
it feels like Ole Miss and State are going to split the Gator in the Music City.
It does.
Could be completely wrong.
But that's what it feels like.
But I'm hearing more definition on the others. There's like Arkansas to the Liberty.
They think they're going to Memphis.
Arkansas to the Liberty feels like it's done.
Hang on, did they play it last year?
No, Arkansas played in the...
No, 2 years ago, and it got canceled.
2 years ago, Arkansas was going to play in the Texas Bowl,
Texas,
and it got canceled.
Gotcha.
Last year, they played in the Outback Bowl.
Okay.
Kentucky is the one supposedly going to Texas.
Okay. As in Houston.
Yes.
They're at the Reliant Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Missouri thinks it's going
to
Vegas.
Okay.
It wants to go to Vegas.
Okay.
Here's the attraction. Here's what's interesting. The attraction of the Vegas Bowl is not just Vegas and fans. It's the games early, and you might be able to convince more of your kids to play.
True.
Games on the December the 17th.
Yeah.
Which means, hey, we're just going to practice for a week, normal week, not going to do all the bowl prep crap. Just going to have a week. We'll prepare for the game.
We'll play and we'll get out.
You'll go to Vegas. We'll have a little trip. We'll prepare in Vegas. We'll play in Vegas, and then you can go home for the holidays.
Yeah. See you like January 15th.
As opposed to, hey, we're going to play in Memphis on December the 28th, so we need you to report to Memphis on Christmas Eve. And they're like, yeah, no, my hamstring kind of hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. All right. Plenty at Rebel Grove. We'll start doing our best to tackle recruiting and portal and all that stuff moving forward.
Matt Ish says, according to The Athletic, is that they're not reporting it, they're just doing a projection. Ole Miss and Oregon in Vegas, that would be awesome.
Oh. I mean, you got to be there anyway, so sure. Have at it. 17th, huh? Oh, it's McMurphy's prediction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Brett's good, but I don't know. Everybody's guessing.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. But Lexington, Genesis, Kentucky has a big basketball game at that time. That would keep Kentucky people from traveling, potentially. Huh. Okay, back tomorrow here with you. Same bat time, same bat channel for that. Check rebelgrove.com throughout the day, and we will be with you then. Take care.